Right now, across America, conversations are happening over kitchen tables. A parent is sharing a lesson they learned from their own experience, passing down wisdom they believe will secure your future. You likely followed every instruction. You got the degree, you found the job, and you worked the hours. Yet, despite playing by the rules, the feeling of financial progress remains elusive. The pillars of this advice are familiar: buy a home as soon as possible, remain loyal to your employer, keep your cash in a bank, and avoid all debt. These instructions were designed for a different world. Adhering to this legacy blueprint in the current economy carries significant risk, often delaying wealth accumulation by a full decade. The underlying rules of the economy have shifted. The traditional safe path now functions as a trap for those navigating modern finance. Consider the most sacred piece of legacy advice: the idea that home ownership is the undeniable foundation of wealth. This chart reveals why the math has changed. When your parents bought their first home, the price was roughly 2.5 times their annual income. Today, the median home price is approximately 6 times the median household income. This multiplier transforms the nature of the investment. For a previous generation, a home was an asset with significant equity upside. Today, it often represents a massive debt burden that drains a household's liquidity for decades. This brings us to the actual price of admission: opportunity cost. Specifically, the impact of committing $80,000 or more to a single down payment. If that $84,000 were placed in an index fund averaging an 8% return, it would reach approximately $181,000 in 10 years. Over 20 years, as this line shows, that same investment approaches the $400,000 mark. A home provides a place to live, but it also demurs interest, taxes, and maintenance. When those carrying costs are measured against the growth and liquidity of a diversified portfolio, the reflexive choice to buy can leave a person with significantly less total wealth than a strategic investor. In the corporate world, the old promise was simple: company loyalty leads to promotions and a secure retirement. The modern labor market operates on a different set of incentives. The average raise for staying at a current job is roughly 3%, while switching companies typically yields a salary increase of 10 to 20%. To see how this compounds, let's look at two employees starting at $60,000. After 5 years of 3% raises, the loyal employee reaches a salary of just under $70,000. By switching jobs twice for 15% increases in that same period, the mobile employee reaches nearly $100,000. This income gap exists because the modern market places a premium on mobility. Over a 30-year career, the difference often totals more than $500,000 for the exact same labor. Strategic job switching generates a significant premium over the standard annual raises found in long-term corporate tenure. The advice to save your money comes from a place of genuine concern for security. The habit of living below your means remains a vital financial virtue. However, look at the math inside a standard bank account. While your money earns 0.5%, an inflation rate of 3.5% erodes your purchasing power. Keeping significant cash in a basic savings account creates a slow, invisible leak. It offers the feeling of safety, while the value of your labor steadily disappears. Legacy advice also suggests avoiding all debt. This framework was built when consumer debt was primarily expensive and used for consumption. Modern wealth creation requires a distinction between different types of debt. A credit card at 22% interest is a trap, but a fixed-rate mortgage on an appreciating asset is a leveraged tool. Building significant assets often requires the strategic use of debt to outpace inflation. Relying solely on cash savings removes the leverage necessary to participate in large-scale asset growth. A zero-debt lifestyle can offer peace of mind, but it also strips away the primary tools used to build wealth in the current economy. Perhaps the most deeply held belief is that hard work is the path to financial reward. In a competitive economy, effort functions as a baseline for remaining employed. The path to wealth depends less on the intensity of the labor and more on the specific type of assets being built. Wealth is found in the transition from trading hours for a paycheck to owning assets that generate income independently of your time. Previous generations provided advice based on the high-quality data available for an economic era that has since ended. To succeed now, you must separate the timeless virtues of that advice, like discipline and long-term thinking, from the obsolete vehicles your parents recommended. Blanket advice to buy immediately or stay loyal to one company often ignores the specific math of today's price-to-income ratios. It is time to update your operating system. By learning the modern rules of leverage and mobility, you can stop losing years to a financial strategy that was never built for the world you live in.